Hello, my dear Patreons. Look at this. I do have 384 pieces hand cutted. It took me 3 days, I think. Not constant cutting. No. When I had my hands like tired, I quit the cutting for a day. So that's why it took 3 days. But I do have all of them cutted on pieces. So I do have done this, and I do have bunch of beautiful decorations. These are those lovely little labels, oval labels, and I will try to start to use them here and there where I feel that they will be good to use for today. While I am sitting front of my computer, I just can't resist to go through to all the digital images I do have here. I just had to bucket with, I do have a roll of drawing paper, so I use that roll of drawing paper to glue my printed sheets. I forgot to change the quality of paper in my printer, so I did print it out on just the lightest paper I had in my printer, because I've been printing some documents for my insurance company. So I did print it out on very light paper. That's why I glue it on this drawing paper to give it a little bit more thickness. And I do have for you 3 sheets with these designs, kind of like grungy pages and covers and some little decorations. And here it could be beautiful booklet, some adverts. It could be like little tag and some pages here, little envelope here, and some decorations. So as I said, I did bucket with the paper just to make sure I will have nice thickness. I'm gonna put this to some box. I should make some box. Look at that. I should make some new boxes. It's long time when I did last time some boxes for my stuff, for my decorations. So maybe I should do something again. Some little lovely decorative elements. And I did design some boxes long time ago. Well, I should do some new one. So I'm gonna tidy up this, and I'm gonna fussy cut out all these pieces. Again, I do have A4 size and US letter size. These are scans, okay? These are like scans of the proper pages. I just make them smaller like these. I make them smaller, or this one, because mostly we are not using the pages the way they're supposed to be like in book. We are using them to decorate something, so that's why I make some of them smaller. I hope you will like this little collection. So I'm gonna fussy cut out, and I will come back. And I do have all my pieces fussy cut out. So this was that long strip above this one. I'm gonna just fold it half. Now here we do have journal cover plus, oh, this way, plus 2 sides. So first I'm gonna fold these just between the dark cover and the page. Or if you are not sure, you can first fold it on half and then fold it at rest. So fold it on half like this. And then fold these sides to the middle, but there is small gap just to make sure it can be closed easily. So you can do it this way. And you can also sew some pages inside and make the spine a little bit bigger. And you will have this beautiful little opening with journal space. If you will glue one side as a pocket, you can use this as a tag inside. I'm gonna show you all these steps. So I do have this. I do have fussy cut out these pieces. Here I do have this opening. It does have envelope on the back side. And we do have few decorations, and I do have this one here. This can be created as little journal. I do have these side folds just to make sure I can, you know, put the cardboard in there in between. So first I'm gonna fold these sides. Now here you can see the spine. So I'm gonna fold one side with a little gap here on the end. So that way I can see just a part. Then I'm gonna measure this. I do have here 7 centimeters. So I'm gonna place this one here, 7 centimeters, and fold the back here, 7 centimeters. And here I'm gonna also cut 2 pieces of cardstock, 7 centimeters in the width by So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of chipboard or some heavy cardstock, or you know, some old Cerali boxes, something like that, with measurement 7 centimeters by 10.2, or in inches this is 2 3/4 by 4, I will say 4.18. Yeah, 4.18. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of chipboard. I do have here my 2 pieces, 2 3/4 by 4 1/8 of inch, or in centimeters it is 7 by 10.5. 2 pieces, and I'm gonna glue them here and here, so I will have little gap between them. Now I'm gonna glue the sides. I do have glued the sides into my lovely little cover. Now I'm gonna measure how the cover is big. So I do have here piece 14.5 by 10.5. I do have bunch of little papers. I did cut, you know, that drawing roll on pieces. That's why those papers are a little bit curved. But I do have bunch of papers, and I'm gonna sew it all together. Not to my cover, but sew these papers together. Just very easy sewing. I'm gonna punch 3 holes and sew these papers like little signature. Just easy sewing. Middle, side to side, and then back to middle. And back to the middle. This is the easiest sewing of the signatures, so it's nothing complicated. Gonna cut those somewhere here. Now, because I do have this little signature, I'm gonna get up my scissors and I'm gonna distress the edges before I will glue it into my book cover. Now I'm gonna grab distressing ink. I'm gonna use this rustic brown, my distressing tool, and I'm gonna ink the edges. Now I'm gonna get up my little notepad, a little book block, and I'm gonna add the glue on in that cover, but just on the sides. I'm not gonna put the glue here where the spine is. I'm just gonna put the glue on these chipboards. First one side, I'm gonna take my book block and place that book block. Okay, yeah, it can be this way. Place that book block in there. Then I'm gonna open that other side and do same. And I'm gonna get up my distressing tool and I'm gonna go back and add distressing here. And here as well. And I'm gonna grab the glue and add the glue kind of like inside. I'm not gonna go to the edges totally, and I'm gonna get up next page and just glue it down. And I'm gonna do same here. The glue just kind of like in the middle, close to the edges but not on the edges. Grab the last page and glue it down. I'm gonna wait till the glue will be kind of like dry before I will do anything else. I'm gonna put this aside to let it dry properly. I'm gonna put some weight on it because it's getting open. You know, it's just because those papers were in the roll. If I will have papers from Paper Stack, they will be okay. Nice and flat, but these are from paper roll. Oh, that's why they are getting this way. I'm gonna put some weight on it and put it aside to let that glue dry. And I decided to use water and kind of spray a little bit those papers. So not just my distressing on the edges, but also, you know, the water will make marks and will make this little journal looks vintage. So now I can put something heavy on it and let it dry. I do have here my little notepad with already dried papers inside, and they are nice and they do have that beautiful sound when you move them. And I think even those on the sides, they did get a little bit crinkly, so I can leave them this way. I can leave it, you know, a little bit unglued, lift it up a little bit, and I will totally leave it this way. I know that paper underneath, it's holding nicely, that first layer, and the second layer can be lifted up a little bit. So that's my little notepad. I do have here also already distressed and colored these pieces. What I did, as you can see, they are nicely vintage looking. So what I did, I took my distressing ink, the ephemera piece, and I have distressed all the edges and also a little bit from that opposite side. Then I took wet wipes. You have here these wet wipes, and I just wipe it over. These are very juicy, I have to say, so it did got through to my little ephemera, and once it's dry, it does have really beautiful shade, and it's spreading the distressing really nicely. It looks more authentic, I have to say. So I do have these pieces already tea dyed, or not tea dyed, distressed, sorry, distressed, even this one, and it looks quite good. Here I'm gonna move this, and I'm gonna create here a little pocket. So maybe for this one, if I will wanna place this one here and create this as a pocket in my little booklet, I think I'm gonna take this one. Yeah, the back cover. Yeah, the back cover I will have as a pocket for the tag. From a bunch of strips and offcuts, I grabbed this piece. I can fold it on half. It's from some old probably collage sheet, I'm not sure. So I can fold it on half and use this as an extension, as a hinge. I can glue it here. Or yeah, I will glue it to the middle, here to the middle, and this I'm gonna glue it on it. Okay, so I do have the base. Here I'm a little bit over the edge, so I'm gonna cut it off. Now I can fold this. I'm gonna distress the inside of this fold, of this little hinge. Now I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna put the glue here. And I'm gonna fold it over. I found that I can sew a little bit, so I'm gonna use sewing machine just here on the bottom. Actually, you don't wanna make this smaller because it's already just exactly. I can slide this inside. Like this. Or I can use, oh, I know what I can use. This is actually, you know, I can leave it as it is. Oh, look at that. It actually doesn't look bad. I can leave it as it is because it's too accurate around. Okay. So I'm not gonna glue again this bottom. I'm not gonna even put there any tape or sewn. I'm gonna keep it as it is, just as kind of like sleeve for this one. I'm gonna grab my scissors and cut the corners on every single piece I do have around. I'm gonna cut the corners a little bit, and I'm not gonna pay attention if I am exactly with every single corner. because when it's something vintage, it doesn't have, you know, worn corners exactly same way, right? I just want to show you something. It just arrived through the post. We bought a vintage Bible, very old Bible, really beautiful, I have to say. I had to lift up a little bit my camera just because look at this, how big it is and how thick it is. I didn't know that it's that big. I've been bidding on this on eBay. It had a little bit ripped off the front cover, so I just glue it with PVA glue here and added tape here. I'm not sure if I want to keep it this way. I will have a look on some proper restoration pages or YouTube channels and I will see. But look how beautiful is this one. It's a really gorgeous book, and I haven't expected to be that big. So we do have books of the Old and New Testaments. And I do have somewhere in my shelves just one small, kind of like traveler's Bible. And I'm quite surprised how big is this one. And probably here it's everything. It does have also golding here on the sides. It's really gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And as I said, I didn't expect to be that big. So I hope Logan will like it. He wants to read it. It will take him forever, I guess. I wanna try this one as well, but I think it's in old English, and definitely for these I will need to use lupa glass, you know, magnifying glass, because this is just too small. This maybe with my reading glasses, this I can read right now, these larger piece letters, but that small, this, it's just for my magnifying glass. It's quite big, and it does have beautiful images, really gorgeous images, beautiful this kind of like tracing paper. It's, I think it's onion paper. Look at that print, reprint. It's quite stunning. So I think I'm gonna try to read it as well. I will see how it will go. Moses weaving the promised land. Look at that. And it's just stunning. It doesn't have any other issues than the front cover, that it was loose. Yeah, it's still okay. I'm moving it too fast. Okay, I'm gonna place it back to my table over there and let it dry properly. Probably add here a little bit more of glue. I will see. So I just wanted to show you what I found on what I won on eBay. It's quite something. It's so big. That was just my little update of new book in our library. So I do have this. Here I glued this circle number. That rest it's the same. I really like this, how it looks like. Oh yeah, and I added to this one, I have added 2 eyelets in the corners to add there a little bit of metal. I like the metal look. And in the back I slide this long envelope, so it makes kind of like layers. And now I do have that rest of the images. So I do have these 2 pieces, and I'm gonna create pocket. Then I do have these and kind of decorations. So first I'm gonna decide, I think I'm gonna keep this as my backspace. Now here at the front I'm gonna create a pocket, and I would like to have the print at the front. So I think this I would like to have as a pocket. So I'm gonna fold it which way? Kind of like here is half, so a little bit like 1/3 of the piece, a little bit more than 1/3 of the piece, like this. Then that rest I'm gonna fold it over it slightly, just a little fold over it. Now maybe here I should take scoring board to make it, you know, kind of like straight. Yeah, that looks better, I will say. Now I can take these and place it here. And I think here I will take my sewing machine and try to sew. So I'm gonna cut the corners here, here, a little bit here, here, now I'm gonna also distress the edges on both pieces. I do have distressed both pieces from both sides, and I'm gonna do sewing around both pieces. I do have sewing on both pieces here around 3 sides and here all around. This will be like my pocket thingy. I'm gonna create some kind of closure before I will sew it on the top here. So what kind of closure? I can create just, you know, Velcro closure, I guess. So if I will create Velcro closure, I can sew it first and then add there my Velcro pieces. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place this on my card here and sew it here, here on the bottom and on the side. Before I will do that, I'm gonna take this medical tape. It's the one I inked with the alcohol ink, and I'm gonna use it on sides, or maybe here on the bottom, just to make a position. So like this. Now I can sew it here on the bottom and on this side. I do have my little pocket done. I can take any of these and actually place them on the lid and extend with this a little bit, you know, the part where I will add the Velcro as a closure. I want to put there something that will be more visible than, you know, maybe this one. Maybe this could be actually cool. So I'm gonna glue this one here. And I can add there a Velcro closure now. So I'm gonna place this here. And one on the opposite side. somewhere here. Here I don't have to be that scared because I know this is bigger. Okay, sometimes this can happen, especially if we have layered pieces, which I do have here. In that case, it is good to use this stapler and make sure you will put these on the right spot. And I'm gonna do it here as well, just in case. I like the look of the metal. So these will be perfect as a decoration as well. And here I do have my little bunch. So I'm gonna show you what I have done with all these pieces. As you can see, I do have kind of like loaded pocket. Here I use this strip. I did fold it a little bit around the edge here. Here I secure it first with a little bit of glue on the edge and then with those staples just to add the, you know, a metal. I do have this label here. I do have this 1874 here just to add a little bit more decoration. Here I do have just this one in the pocket, and in these pockets, this one I do have like decoration, or you know, insert here behind that belly band. It can be like writing tag. I do have my little writing space here. Also this can be like writing tag. I can hang something here around, and I do have pocket in there, or that belly band again with this. So I'm gonna slide it all in. There. And this one here. And I'm gonna slide it behind that belly band. And here we have this ephemera and our little notebook or notepad. I added those strips here and somewhere here and here, just like small decoration on the papers. I do have here this strip of ephemera, also like a tag. Can glue it somewhere, you know, but slide in can be also like decor. And this can be placed here. That's my little pouch or loaded pocket. I have to secure it on this side. As I can see, my sewing get unsewn. So I need to secure it on that side. Maybe I will use some tape, or yeah, maybe I will use this tape around it. So that's my work with those ephemeras for today. I hope you will enjoy those ephemeras. I hope you will create your loaded pocket or loaded pouch. This is all my sharing for today. Thank you so much for jumping in and spending your time with me. I'm so glad I'm back with all that craft, and I'm so glad I can sew, not too much yet because it's a little bit difficult, but I can sew these small little pieces here and there. It's taking time, but it's there, you know. And I'm glad I do have those staples, because editing, you know, metal here and there, it's perfect. So that's all my sharing for today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, and I will come back soon. Bye.